Hi guys, now welcome back our favorite video channel SGVS. This is B Ramesh Kumar JL in Mathematics. First of all, I say thanks to one and all to watch my channel and subscribing this one. Now today onwards in our channel let us discuss intermediate online classes which are related with Andhra Pradesh and Telangana State Board intermediate syllabus. Now let us discuss in our intermediate mathematics paper 1A and 1B for junior intermediate and paper 2A and 2B for senior intermediate. Before going to our class, I heartily welcome junior intermediate students coming this year. So let us start junior intermediate classes. First of all, we discuss the first concept is algebra. In this algebra, we discuss the first unit functions. Now first we discuss the definition of ordered pair. Let us see the definition. Here let A and B are two non-empty sets. If A is belongs to A and B is belongs to B. Here we observe, we take one element A in the set capital A and another element B in the another set capital B. Then we write the elements AB separated with comma in curved brackets, which is said to be an odd pair of both the sets capital A and capital B. Here the element small a is called the first component or first coordinate, and the element small b is called the second component or second coordinate of the ordered pair AB. This is the definition of ordered pair. Now here we observe one important note condition, that is here given two order pairs that are A1 B1 and A2 B2. Here these two order pairs are equal. If these two order pairs are equal, then if and only if A1 equals to A2 and B1 equals to B2. Here given two order pairs that are all equal. Here equating the first components are first coordinates, that is A1 equals to A2, and second components are second coordinates, that is B1 equals to B2. This is one of the important conditions. Given order pairs are equal, then the first components, corresponding first components and corresponding second components of given order pairs are also equal. This is very important condition. Next definition is Cartesian product. Let us see the definition of this one. Let A and B are two sets. Here also we take two sets A and B. Then we write A cross B. Here it can be read as A cross B, cross product of A and B, the sets A and B. That equals to the set of order pair AB such that we observe A can be taken in the set capital A, the element B can be taken in the set capital B. Then we write in curved brackets that elements A and B separated with comma. That type of elements we write in one of the set notation. That set is called Cartesian product of the given two sets A and B. This is the definition of Cartesian product. And it can be read as A cross B. Here we take one of the example. If the set capital A equals to 1, 2, 3 and the set capital B equals to set of x, y, then we write A cross B equals to, here we write the order pairs that are related with A and B, given sets A and B. So the first order pair can be taken as, here in the first set the first element is 1, which is related with in the set B in both elements, that are 1x and 1y. Now here it can be written in order pair form, that is 1x 1y. Similarly we write 2x 2y, 3x 3y. These are order pairs between the sets A and B. Between the sets A and B. Now, this type of set is called Cartesian product of given two sets A and B. And also we write B cross A. And also we write B cross A. Here first we take the set capital B and the second one is capital A. Now here in the set capital B, the elements can be related with the set capital A, that are 1, 2, 3. Here we write the order pairs x and 1. So here order pair x1. Similarly we write x and 2, that is x2. X can be related with 3, the element 3, that is x3. Similarly we write y1, y2, y3. So these are order pairs in the set B cross A. Here also we observe in the set capital A, the number of elements equal to 3. In the set capital B, the number of elements equal to 2. Now, the total number of order pairs in both the sets that we write A cross B, in the number of element order pairs in Cartesian product A cross B, that equals to 3 into 2, that equals to 6. Here also interchange the sets B cross A. In Cartesian product B cross A also the number of elements equals to 2 into 3, that are also equals to 3. So here in A cross B or B cross A, the number of order pairs in both Cartesian products are always equal. But order pairs is not equal. Here we observe this is 1x, this is x1. So in A cross B, in the order pair 1x, 1 is the first component, x is the second component. But in B cross A, the first component is x, the second component is 1. So here we observe in these order pairs are not equal. So in two sets, at least one element is not equal, then that sets are not equal sets. So unequal sets, like as unequal sets. So here from both these two Cartesian products, we have to observe, that is A cross B is not equal to B cross A, because of order pairs is always not equal in both Cartesian products of the sets A and B. So this is the definition of Cartesian product. Next definition is relation. Let us see the definition. If A and B are two non-empty sets, then any subset of A cross B is called a relation from A to B. Symbolically, it is denoted by F is related to the set A to B. Here we observe that we take any subset of the Cartesian product of the sets A and B, that is denoted by A cross B. This is set of order pairs. Here we take any subset of that set, that is called a relation which is defined from A to B. This is called relation. And also in particular, here we take one and only one set, that is A. Now we take any relation from A to that set, same set, that is A itself. Here that type of relation is called binary relation on the set A. Here we take one example. If the set A equals to set of the elements 1, 2, 3 and the set B equals to set of x and y, then the Cartesian product of A and B, that is denoted by A cross B, equals to the set of order pairs. Here we take order pairs that are related from A to B. Here we take one element 1 related with the element x in the set B. Now we write the order pair 1 and x in curved brackets separated with comma. Similarly, we write the remaining order pairs, that is 1y, 2x, 2y, 3x, 3y. So these are all order pairs in the Cartesian product of set. And here we observe one subset, that is F, which is the set of order pairs that are 1x, 1y, 2x, 3y. We observe these are elements in the Cartesian product A cross B. So these four elements forms one set, that is F, which is always subset of the Cartesian product A cross B. So clearly this is one of the subset. Therefore the set F is a relation from A to B. And we take another set, that is G, the set of order pairs 1x, 2x, 3x. Here also we observe these are all elements in the Cartesian product A cross B. So this is also one of the subset. Therefore the set G is also a relation from A to B. And we take another example, that is defined by the cross product to the same set, which is denoted by A cross A. Here A cross A means we take order pairs related from set itself, that are here 1 is related to same set, we take 1. So 1 1, 1 2, 1 3. Similarly 2 1, 2 2, 2 3, 3 1, 3 2, 3 3. Here we take the related elements into the same set, that are 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 2 1, 2 2, 2 3, 3 1, 3 2, 3 3. So this is the A cross A. So this is a binary relation. Now we also take one subset H equals to 1 1, 1 2, 2 2, 3 2, 3 3. These are also elements in the Cartesian product. Now which forms one set, that is H. This is also a subset of A cross A. Therefore this is also a binary relation on the same set A. And we observe one note condition. The number of elements in the first set A is m. The number of elements in the second set B is n. Then the number of relations from the sets A to B. Here the number of relations from the set A to B, that is 2 power mn. So 2 power mn elements in the Cartesian product of two sets A and B. Therefore n of A cross B, number of A cross B, is denoted by 2 power mn. This is very important condition and one of the important formula also. So this is the brief explanation for relation and binary relation. Now the first definition is function. Here a function is nothing but one type of relation. Here we take that relation is f is related from the set A to B. Here this relation is said to be a function or mapping. The another name of function is mapping. Here it exists one condition, that is if every element of set A is associated with the unique element in the set B. Here we take one element in set A, one element in set B. Here in the set A that element is related with the unique element in the set B. Here more than one elements in set B or more than one elements in set A. Here we take any element in A is related with unique element. Here for example we take 10 elements. That element is related with out of 10 one element. Now that condition exists any relation. That type of relation is called function or mapping. Here that is if for every a belongs to a, for every a belongs to a means here we take the number of elements more than one elements in set A. There are more than one elements in set A. Here we take generally a belongs to a. For every a belongs to a means suppose we take the set A is natural number set. In the set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to and so on, the elements are there. Here we take 1, 2, 3, 4 out of n elements, we take any element. That element is related a unique element. Here also B contains more than one element. Here one element is related with unique element in B such that the relation of A and B, that means it can be denoted by order pair AB which belongs to F. Now here F is one type of relation. Here we take one element in A and one element in B. Now here exists one relation between A and B. Now here we denote that is one type of order pair. This contains in the relation F. So this type of relation is called function or mapping. Here we observe in the function F, the set A is called domain of F and the set B is called codomain of F. The set A is called domain and set B is called codomain. And here we observe one of the important note. If f of A equals to B, f of A means related elements. F of A means related elements in the set B. Now that related elements equals to some element B. Here the set B contains more than one element. In that elements, f of A is related some one element, that is B. Now here the element B in the codomain set, that is called image of the element A in the domain set A. So here f of A equals to B, the element B is called image of A. Similarly, the element A is called, conversely we say that the element A is called pre-image or inverse image, pre-image or inverse image of B. Now here one type of relation exists between A and B. Now here that relation between A and B, B is called image of A and A is called pre-image or inverse image of B. And the second point is, here we take the related elements that all elements contains in the set B. Now we take the related elements forms one type of set. That set is called F images. That set is called F images set. Here the F images set is called range of the function F, that is range. So here we observe domain, codomain and range. Domain is left side set, codomain is right side set, range is also one type of set. Here the range is always a subset of the codomain set. Here we observe the range is always subset of codomain set also. So the range is always a subset of codomain set. So in the range set, the elements are related with the elements in the domain set. In the codomain set, not all elements are related with domain set. Only in range set, the elements are related with domain set. So these are the very important note conditions for the definition of function. Here generally f of A can be denoted by the set of f of A such that here A can be taken as in the set A belongs to A, which is always a subset of B, or f of A can be written as the set of B belongs to B such that B equal to f of A. Here B is the image of A for some A belongs to A. So this is range set. F of A can be taken as range set. F of A is always subset of B. Now let us discuss types of functions. Now the next definition is one function. Now the another name of one function is injection. Now the definition of this function is, first of all, we take one function that is f from a to b. This is said to be one or injection. Here one of the condition exists here. That condition is if distinct elements of set A have distinct images in the set B. Distinct elements means different elements. We take different elements in the domain set A have distinct images, different images in the set B. Here first of all, the relation is one type of function. Now that function contains one type of condition, that is different elements of set A have different images in the set B. This condition holds any function. That type of function is called one function or injection. Now in other words, it can be explained here. Let x1 x2 belongs to A and we take this different elements that are x1 is not equal to x2. Now we get the different images. F of x1 is not equal to f of x2. Here this conditions exists to any function. That function is called one function. Now here we say in contrapositive way also, that is we take two elements that are x1 x2 in belongs to A. Here images are equal. Images are equal. Now then we get elements also equal. So this is the contrapositive of the first statement. That is, we take different elements in set A, we get different images in set B. So these are used in theorems. These conditions are used in theorems. Here in proof of the theorem, we proved x1 is not equal to x2, we get f of x1 is not equal to f of x2, then the function f is 1. Now the next definition is onto function. The another name of onto function is surjection. Now here we can take one function, that is f is mapping from A to B, which is said to be onto function or surjection. Here the function f contains one type of condition, that is we observe every element of set B has at least one pre-image in the set A. Here we observe in the codomain set every element of set B has at least one pre-image which exists in the domain set A. This condition holds to the function f, then that function is called onto function. That is, here we observe in the function range of that function is always subset of codomain set. In onto function, range of f is always equal to codomain of f. Range of f is always equal to codomain of f. Here range of f can be denoted by f of A. This is f of A. Here we take capital A. We take small a, that is just f image. F of A is f image. Here we take capital A, that is range of f, which is always equals to codomain set capital B. Here this condition exists any function. That type of function is called onto function. And here we write B equals to the set of f of A such that A belongs to A. A belongs to A. B is always equals to set of f images. That is called range. So range equals to codomain set. Then that function is called surjection. Or in other words, for every B belongs to B, we take any element in the codomain set. There is at least one pre-image in the set A, that is A belongs to A, such that f of A equals to B. Here This type of statement can be used in theorems. Now, in theorems, we prove every element in codomain set there exists at least one preimage will be exist in domain set, that is such that f of a equals to b. Then that function is proved onto function. Now the next definition is bijection. Here we take one function, that is f is mapping from a to b. Now which is said to be bijection if that function f is both one and onto functions from the domain set A to codomain set B. That is, in the theorems we proved f is mapping from A to B is bijection. Here we prove f is both one and onto. That is, we take the first condition is let x1 x2 belongs to A and x1 is not equal to x2. Here we take distinct elements. Then there exist different images in codomain set, that are f of x1 is not equal to f of x2. Here x1 is not equal to x2, which implies f of x1 not equals to f of x2. In other words, it can be proved by contrapositive way also. That is, we take x1 x2 in domain set, that are the images of that elements are equal. Here we take the images of that elements are equal, then we get elements are also equal. This type of condition holds to the function f, then f is proved one function. Similarly, the second condition is for every b belongs to b, there exists at least one a belongs to a such that f of a equals to b. That means in codomain set each element contains at least one preimage in the domain set such that f of a equals to b. Here we take range equals to codomain. Here we get range equals to codomain. Now this condition holds to any function f. That type of function is called onto function. Now here the function f holds one and onto. Then we get the function is always bijection. Now the type of function is called bijection function. The next definition is constant function. Here we take the definition of constant function. A function f is mapping from a to b is said to be constant function if the range of the function f contains one and only one element. The range of f contains one and only one element, that is f of x equals to c for all x belongs to a. Here we observe each and every element in the domain A related with fixed element c, that element in the codomain set B. So in this case the constant function, here that function is called constant function, and the constant function f is denoted by c itself, that is denoted by c itself. Here we observe that function f from a to b, the range of f is always a singleton set. In their element is one of the element in the codomain set, and each element is related with codomain set, that element is fixed in codomain set. Therefore here f of x equals to c. This condition exists at any function, then that type of function is called constant function, and which is denoted by c itself. This is the definition for constant function. Now we take one example. Here these are two sets. are denoted by Venn diagram. The set A is 1, 2, 3 and the set B is ABC. And we observe, we take one relation or one function, that is f. In the set A, 1 is mapped with B, which is in the set B. The element 2 is also mapped with the element B. 3 is also mapped with the element B. We observe in the codomain set B, total elements are 3. But here in the domain set, all elements are mapped with one and only one element, that is B. So here f of 1 equals to B, f of 2 equals to B, and f of 3 also B. So the images of f of 1, f of 1, 2, 3 are equals to B. Therefore, here in the codomain set, the element B is fixed, which is image of the elements 1, 2, 3 in the domain set. Therefore, here we observe the function f equals to set of order pairs that are 1b, 2b, 3b. Here we observe the range of f. Range of f is always a subset of codomain set. The range of f is a singleton set that equal to singleton B. So here we observe f of a equals to B for all the elements x belongs to A and for some fixed element B belongs to B. Therefore, this function is always a constant function. That means the images of elements in the domain set is always related with a fixed element that is always constant, which does not change. Therefore, the type of function is called a constant function. This is the definition of constant function. Now the next definition is identity function. Let us see the definition. Let capital A be a non-empty set. Then the function f is mapping from A to A, defined by f of x equal to x for all x belongs to A, is called an identity function on A, and symbolically it is denoted by IA. Here we observe in this definition, we take the set capital A is non-empty set and we define one function, that is f is defined by A to A. Here domain set is A and codomain set also same set. So the set itself. So we define that function f is mapping from A to A, defined by f of x equal to x. Here we observe in the domain we take any element that is already mapped with same element. So for example, f of 1 equals to 1, f of 2 equals to 2, f of 3 equals to 3, f of a square equal to a square. So these are examples. So here, which is defined by f of x equal to x for every element x in the set capital A. This condition exists in identity function. That type of function is called identity function. Here the range is does not change. The range of the element is the image of the element does not change. Here we observe the image of that element is does not change in that type of functions. So this function is called identity function. Identity means does not change. We take any element. So symbolically which is denoted by IA. I means identity function. Now yes, suffix here means defined on. That function is defined on that set A. So this is the definition of identity function. Now we take one example. Here the sets, we take the sets A and observe that function f. In that function f, 1 is related with 1 or 1 is mapped with 1 and 2 is also mapped with 2 and 3 is also mapped with 3. So here we observe same elements are mapped with same elements. That means here f of 1 equals to 1, f of 2 equals to 2, f of 3 equals to 3. So here images of the elements in the domain does not change in the codomain. Therefore here range of f equals to a. So this type of function is called identity function. We observe, we take one function f equals to order pair of 1 1 2 2 3 3. The range of f is always equals to the set A. That means f of a equals to ia equals to x for every x belongs to a. Therefore, that function f is mapping from a to a or ia. F is mapping from a to a already, which is denoted by ia. So this is called identity function. This is the brief explanation of identity function. Now the next definition is composite function. Here we can take two functions. If f is mapping from a to b, g is mapping from b to c, or two functions are mappings, then g circle f is mapping from a to c is defined by g circle f of x equals to g of f of x for every x is belongs to a, which is called the composite function of given two functions f and g, and which is denoted by g circle f is mapping from a to c. Here we observe in given two functions, the codomain of the first function f is always equals to domain of the second function g. Now here this condition exists. At this situation, we define one composite function, that is g circle f is mapping from a to c. This is the composite function of given two functions. And here we can take one example. So this is set A, and A is belongs to the set A, and this is set B, B is belongs to the set B, and this is set C, C is belongs to the set C. Now here we define one function, that is f is mapping from A to B. Now here f is one of the function, then clearly A is associated with B in the codomain set B. Now here we define one of the relation. That relation is function. So that is f. And similarly, in between B and C, we define one of the relation, that is one of the mapping, that is G is mapping from B to C. So here B is associated with C in the codomain set C. So here we can take that relation is G is mapping from B to C. So here we observe A is related to B and B is related to C. Now we can define the composite function is G circle F is mapping from A to C. Now clearly we observe A is always in the set A, C is always in the set C. Now the relation between A to C, the relation between A and C, that is A is associated with C. So here we can take that type of composite function is G circle F. Now the image of G circle F of A, the image of G circle of G circle F of A is equals to C. That is denoted by in symbolic form G circle F of A equals to C. So this is one of the element. So which is always line, which is always in the set C. The next one is equality of functions. Let us see the definition. Let f and g be two functions. We say that the functions f and g are equal. The functions f and g are equal if the following two conditions, that are, first one, domain of the function f equals to domain of the function g. Here domains of the functions f and g are always equal. And the second one is f of x equal to g of x. That means images are also equal for every element in the domain of f or g. Here domains are always equal from first condition. Therefore here we take any element in the domain of f or g, the images are also equal. Here domains are equal and images are also equal. That means ranges are also equal. Therefore the functions f and g are equal functions. This is the condition for equality of given two functions. Here not only two, we take more than two, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to and so on. So here in equality of functions, domains are equal and also images are also equal. Therefore the type of functions are called equal functions, or the condition of equality of given functions. This is the explanation for equality of functions. So these are important definition of function and types of functions. So we will read well and continue this topic in the next video. So thank you for watching this video and like and subscribe my channel SGVS BRK.